What's up, guys? Jake145 here to bring you my review of Naruto Manga chapter 557. The chapter overall was pretty good, and mainly it was the final fight between Gaara and the Mizukage. And we were introduced to Mizukage's new water vapor explosive technique, which basically it combined the oil and water of the Mizukage into this clone. And this clone looked really familiar to me, like I've seen it before almost. I don't know if it's from another cartoon or another anime, but the clone seems familiar. So if you guys have seen it before, or you thought you've seen it before, just comment below because I probably have seen it. I'm pretty sure I've saw this kind of technique before. I'm not entirely sure from what I've watched. But anyways, this clone is actually really unique because it has an outer coating of oil, and basically this oil absorbs heat as the clone keeps moving around, so it keeps expanding to the point where it'll explode. And another interesting thing about this technique is after it explodes, hair kind of starts falling down, and then the hair cools down the clone into its childlike form. So this was pretty complicated jutsu, and actually I liked it because it seemed pretty powerful, and it was a water style, and we haven't seen water style from Naruto, any character from Naruto in a long time, ever since Kisame, but now he's dead. So it was good to see a strong water style jutsu, especially from the Mizukage. And after the explanation of his jutsu, the clone tries to go. He moves at extreme speeds, and he's dodging Gaara's sand and attacking some of the ninja. And then Gaara soon discovers the where the Mizukage was hiding because this jutsu takes a lot out of the Mizukage, so he was trying to recuperate. But then Gaara finds him, and then he tries to restrain him with his sand. And then after he does that with like the pyramid jutsu that he has, I forgot the name. The other sealing team tries to seal the Mizukage and try to stop that jutsu, but the clone, it got bigger but still has its speed and basically took all the tags, and the Mizukage was still active. And the Mizukage kind of goes into this explanation, which I think is pretty interesting. He basically tells Gaara that he thought that he was kind of like the golden egg of the Kages, that he was a bright future for future Kages. And this whole battle, how the Mizukage was treating it, was almost like a test for Gaara to see, if he's ready for the enemies that come ahead. And since Gaara is a Kage, the Mizukage would think that if he can't beat the Mizukage, then what thinks he can beat like the higher upper enemy ninja like Madara or Kabuto. But it's unlikely that Gaara will ever fight Madara and probably win. But it was just kind of like a lecture for Gaara to kind of like a rite of passage for him being Kage. That's how I felt this chapter was. And mainly, and after Mizukage talks to Gaara, the clone starts to explode, and then basically as it explodes, Naruto and the others kind of see this explosion and run towards it. And I'm kind of thinking, I'm hoping that Naruto wouldn't interfere with like a Rasengan, because I would think that would just kill the whole mood of this chapter. But luckily he doesn't. And basically God creates this veil of sand that protects all the other ninjas. And oh, by the way, the Tsuchikage, it can't do anything in this chapter. His back is hurting him. He's too old. I really hope after this, he just goes back to where the other Kages are at, and this probably talk military talk, because the Tsuchikage cannot do anything right now. His back, he's old. It's past his time. It's way past his time actually. But anyways, Gaara protects the other ninjas, and then he goes one-on-one with the Mizukage and his clone. Well, mainly his clone, because the Mizukage is just stuck in sand. And what Gaara does is actually pretty cool, because apparently he had collected some of his father's golden sand and mixed it with his sand, so that when he held the clone together, it would kind of restrain him to the point. And also the clone wouldn't explode, because Gaara also fused the hail that was being used onto the clone so that it would cool down and revert to its childlike form. And the Mizukage was really impressed by this, and excuse me, and was pretty impressed, and basically calls Gaara like he's the golden egg of the Kages, and that's pretty much how the chapter ends. So really, it was a good chapter, mainly about Gaara, and I feel as though this chapter was more of a rite of passage for Gaara to becoming, a full, really, commander-in-chief when it comes to being a Kage. Hopefully in the next chapter, everybody's probably going to regroup, and I hope we move to a new group, probably Kakashi's group, because we haven't seen anything from Kakashi, and Kakashi's one of my favorite characters, and when I saw him with Zabuza Sword saying he was going to go on a rampage, I'm still remembering that, and I don't know why Kishimoto would skip something like that, but hopefully we'll get into a good battle with Kakashi's group. Hopefully not he doesn't meet with Madara, because we all know that would just be a slaughter. Like Madara would automatically win, but hopefully we'll see the Kakashi's group in the next chapter. But guys, what do you guys think about this chapter? Did you guys like it? Did you guys dislike it? What do you guys thought about only focusing on Gaara? And comment below just your thoughts in general about the chapter. Thumbs up if you like this video, and please subscribe if you did enjoy this video. And I do future videos, you can look back at my channel. I do wrestling, anime, whatever the hell pops up in my head. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this review, and I'll see you guys later.